But again, if you have fears, you are possessed by those fears. That's a demon possession. What is a demon? A demon is to be less than man, because let's take just the basic principle that man is created. If we would take that premise, man is created, mom and dad had sex, two little small but unseenable things that you need a microscope to see it with, got together, and suddenly they started multiplying, and out of that multiplicity came the form that is here today. And then you had people around you that went the same way, but you came from them. There was an interaction of two beings that caused you to become into form, and then they teach you by programming you who the fuck you are, and they keep on going. They say to you, "Mummy, mummy, mummy," until you say "mummy," and then it says "daddy, daddy, daddy," and until you say "daddy," and then they continue like that until you say all the things they want you to say. And you can't remember at what point you started saying "mummy" or "daddy." You can't remember all the things they taught you because you become it. So you are truly a product of creation. You are created. And those responsible for it, you know them directly. They're your father, your mother, and your peers. They have created you. You are thus created. Now, and you're in the image and likeness of your Creator, which is equal and one to mom and dad, and therefore you become your mom and your dad. But imagine if God would be teaching you. What would God teach you? So if your mom and your dad would stand equal and one as God and teach you, would you then be God? The same way. God comes to you and says, God, God, God. Teach you all the stuff of God.
It appears to be just a label.
It appears to be, but your limitation is linked to the examples you had. If God gives you all the examples of God, and you now, if that is what you see, have a look. An interesting life to study is the life of Osho. Osho was created in his formative years when he was a young child, through the influence of especially his grandmother. That's why he questioned so many things, and that laid the foundation for the life of Osho. If that didn't happen, Osho would not have existed.
What's so specific about this?
You must study it. Don't ask me. Study Osho's life. Study the lives of those that has made a difference in this world. And you will find the points that made the change possible, until the being gets to a point where they don't change anymore. Then they have an ultimate life. But understand that according to the I have to cough there because you can't speak these words without a freaky sense of eeriness. When you read the fucking holy books, they're making certain suggestions, and they are making statements in those books, and here I'm saying they because there's been many authors. They're making certain statements in those books that imply that man is the image and likeness of God. What does that really mean? The image and likeness of God. What is an image and likeness? An image is the form, is the imagery. What is the likeness? The sameness. Isn't it?
Image is a visual representation
of God. So God looks like man, and then likeness is that man then can do the same shit as God. Okay, so what does that imply?
the same form.
That man equals God as an image and likeness, isn't it? So if you are less than man, which means you are less than God, isn't it? then you are demanded, isn't it? Which is a demon. So the moment you are less than God, you are a demon. You are a demon. Because you are less than man. Therefore you are less than God. So therefore all people are demons. By definition of the Bible. And that's why everybody fear each other, isn't it? Because demons fear each other. Why? Because they fear the atrocities they can do to each other. Who does atrocities? Demons. So why is groupings formed called churches? Because you are hurting. Churches are for hurts. It's specific. If you have enough pain, you go there to have a group to protect yourself against all the other demons, which is man. And you pray to God that somehow He must save you from your demonic existence. Earth is an existence of demons. How do you know that? Practically. Go and look at the old people just before they die. You'll see they look like demons. Have you looked? But no, you don't want to look because you're going to end up like that. Have a look. Old people in the old days look like demons. And you know what we do? We push that into the face of our children the moment they're born. And immediately the image and likeness of a demon is imprinted because we honor our old people. They prepared the world in the way that it is now, and they are so special. And we do it in the name of love. I mean, by the time a person is old, their functional programs are dysfunctional. Our fear of death is so extreme that we will not see what is here. The physical body has been sucked dry by the system of apparently living. That's why people look like they do when they grow old. They are sucked dry, wrinkled. But we don't look at that. I mean, demons are things that you cannot see. Really? Can you see your fears? You can't. Your fears are unseen and undefined. So, how come it's so real? How come you hang on to that which you cannot see? And you give it power. But can you feel God? No. So that means what is more powerful in this reality? God or fear? Fear.